Hey guys, having some chamomile tea today. I just wanted to talk about how you need to do something. There's someone, I feel like everyone has, at least if it's not you, a person in your life that you know that doesn't really have anything going for them, which isn't bad because most of the time it's just that they're dealing with other issues. They're dealing with a bunch of, whether it's trauma or setbacks, but it can often feel like they're behind, but this is just a reminder that they need to start taking action. I can relate to this because when I was in high school, I would always, I would really be into relationships, and that was kind of my point of life at the time. And I really enjoyed it because it made me catch up with not being able to have a normal childhood, and I got to connect with families, and I got to connect with a feeling like it was healing that sense of childhood. And I think it was good for me, of course, because it was progressing another field. But what I realized is when I was in a relationship, all I did was work. I would just work, and I would just try to survive school. That's all I was doing in life. And but I never had really any hobbies or sports. I didn't play sports. I dropped music. I never picked it back up. I never really did anything that, you know, brought a structure to my life, brought something that is like, if someone asked me and came up to me like, hey, what do you want to be? Like, I just give the best money answer. Like, yeah, I want to become an electrical engineer, but for the money, for the most part. Like, yes, it was interesting, but I wasn't that intelligent and I wasn't that driven to actually become an electrical engineer. But I never really brought myself to just enjoy life and enjoy something that I have as a hobby. I never played an instrument. I would do a lot of things, but I would be like a jack of all trades, but I wouldn't be nothing. I would be good at nothing. I was proud of myself for taking the initiative to get a job as soon as I could, and it made me save a lot of money and made me progress a lot faster than most people. But it it's about having that sense of meaning, that sense of purpose, because when something bad happens, for example, when I was relying on relationships, and then when a relationship does end, then you feel hopeless. You feel like you have nothing left. You feel like you just lost your kind of sense of purpose. And what I'm here to remind you is to, before that happens, you need to find something to do that gives you that motivation in life, gives you that continuation of, hey, I should get in the morning because I enjoy doing this, or I want to keep doing this and progress and keep getting better at this. And at the time, I felt happy. I felt actually really happy. I didn't have any, like, I had like a slight like sense of awareness where I was like, I don't really have anything going for me, but I was truly happy in a relationship. That was my purpose, which is not, it wasn't healthy at all. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't healthy. But that's the bad thing, is that if it doesn't work out, then you are broken. You feel like you have no purpose again. You feel like you just kind of lost everything, and that's what I'm trying to remind you to do, is do something. It doesn't matter what you're into or whatever, you have to believe in yourself, but you have to continue and do your best at that job. You have to put in your all and try to get something going for you. Even if it's not making you money, of course, try to get that job going, a part-time job, whatever, but have something going so you feel like you're making progress towards something that you truly want. It doesn't matter if you're still going to school, but you should have something, even if you don't enjoy the field that you're getting into in school. Have something, whether it's going to the gym, going to play guitar, whatever it is. Have something going for you, because it'll make it so if you lose a part of yourself, for example, you lose your job, or you lose, your school, like, you get kicked out of class or whatever, and you do bad in your grades or whatever, it'll make you feel less bad about, because the worth of school is overweighing you so much because you have nothing else going in your life. it'll make you feel a lot worse if you don't have some hobby or some other thing going on for you. And I realize I'm glad that like I had the opportunity to still feel grateful because I had a job and I'm working towards something at least that I got to prove to myself. But some people I know don't have jobs or anything at all. So it's like, you know, the importance of trying to figure out what you want to do and the importance of having that hobby or putting your energy towards something that builds is increasingly more important in my opinion. And it doesn't help. I think the biggest problem with social media in that state is if you go through that breakup, if you go through those bad grades, that era of bad grades for you, you look at, you have like social media and you look at the internet and you see everyone having this hustle game, this improving lifestyle, and you start to get, it's very easy to fall back into the state of depression or sadness, or you know, it gets really hard for you. And that's why having that hobby or having that something to show to other people, to yourself, that you are doing something is of great importance. It's okay not to know your exact purpose in life. It's okay to know that, but trying things makes you feel like you're working towards something or working towards a goal of trying to find out that meaningful thing that you want to find out. Just trying things is so important. That's why I think even though I don't enjoy the school process of like, you know, universities and college, obviously it's not 100% guaranteed, you know, that you'll do well, but it is a positive thing going through elementary school and high school. It's because it exposes you to so many different types of fields that it gives you a general idea of maybe you want to go into science. Oh, okay, I don't really like sciences, but I'm good at math, but I like arts, so I'll mix them all together. You know, you get exposed to so many different subjects that it gives you an idea of what you want to get into. It gives you an idea of what the world is like. It gives you a sense of gives you an idea to figure out what you want to do in life, or what you want to what you truly like. And I think you should take that approach, that school testing approach, of onto other things, testing out, okay, well, I'm really interested in art. Try it out. You're interested in drawing, but you never got an art class as a kid? Try it out. I have, like, if you see in the back of my videos too, I bought a 3D printer. I just haven't had time to truly invest myself in it, but I'm not disappointed in myself that I didn't, you know, fully commit to 3D printing. I'm proud of myself for printing a few things and actually downloading the programs and trying it out. I just know that I've been focusing on like my mental health and other things like that. But it's good to try those things. It's good to try and give yourself that energy, the ability to give yourself an opportunity to try new things and figure out what you want to do. I know you're in that space where you're just waiting and trying to figure it out, but eventually it gets to the point where if you wait any longer, you won't have that motion that gives you ideas more. You can only do so much in theory. You know, there's so many tutorials and there's so many things you can learn on the internet. But if you don't go out and actually try those things and physically, you know, like if you get so many, there's millions and millions of tutorials on how to learn a piano, but if you can't play a piano by just watching those videos. You have to physically pick up the keyboard and you have to play and you have to practice and you have to get used to it and you have to develop muscle memory. It is just the way it is. You can develop a lot more progress with physical learning than just theory, in my opinion. Do what you want with that information, but I want you to remember that I'm always proud of you, okay? No matter what, I am proud of you. And I will be rooting for you, and I wish you the best of luck on your journey. Thank you for watching.